chosen ones, empaths, letting go of the narcissist is one of the most powerful things you can do. Letting them go. Because I know how it is. If you've been discarded or reverse discarded or put in a position where they're no longer valuing you, there's other people in the picture, let them go. Even if you don't know of anyone in the picture, but you feel they're devaluing you or they're triangulating you in some way, let them go. Don't bother even keeping them around. You will let them go and they will find someone, just like narcissists do. You know? Even if you've been discarded and you're pleading with them to try and make it work, they make us like that. Trying to figure it out, trying to make it work. The most powerful thing you can do is just let them go. Because I was forced to do this, right? I was actually forced to let them go. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to people. I wasn't listening to those that are around. I was trying to fight it, right? They kept moving the goalposts. I kept chasing. Okay? And because I had police involved in my situation, which basically put a no contact order in place, I was forced to go no contact. I was forced to detach. You know? I was forced to detach. And also I saw someone turn so evil on me by me seeing the full unmasking and seeing someone lie to police, tried to get me put to prison. It made me turn cold. So I let them go. But I did make the mistake of looking at their social media at the beginning, up until the time I saw them with a new supply. And when I saw them with the new supply, I saw it was a downgrade. I didn't know about narcissism yet. But it caused me to detach even further. And what I've seen is nothing but re-idealization come back my way. By me staying quiet, by me not turning up at their house, by me not breaking the no contact order, by me staying away. It's one of the biggest regrets I believe the narcissist has ever done. Because some of you are in a position where the narcissist, you may have children with them and you still have to see them. Or you might not have children, but they've still got a way into your life. You might see them at work, or there's different scenarios where you still see them, right? Or they've still got some hold over you. But absolutely, this is why someone commented the other day that I read a comment and they said, how comes you don't mention better advice than going no contact or blah, 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 blah. They made this long comment, right? Saying that they've experienced some tragic burns and some tragic stuff that happened to narcissists. And I'm sorry that I can't give you better advice than absolutely cutting them off out of your life, because it's actually a process, right? It's not just a thing of going no contact, like, oh, I'm going to be silent now. These people have actually deeply integrated into the core of us as beings, right? And they've intercepted our heart, our brain. They've brainwashed us in certain degrees. They've gaslit us. They've done so much trauma to us. It takes a lot to remove them from you and fully detach, right? Because otherwise, you'll find yourself going forward in new relationships and all you can do is think about the narcissist, right? All you can do is see the narcissist in other people. This is what the narcissist does to us, because we love so hard and we was in love with something so hard. So when you actually recuperate yourself and detach ultimately from every aspect possible, right? No longer do you have the vision of the future with them. It's gone. It's over. The relationship is done. When you detach so precisely in every aspect, they feel a tremendous pain from it because they're deeply interwoven with us as well. They've been catered a supply and they've become accustomed to a supply throughout the whole time. And yes, momentarily when they're discarding us or they're going with someone else or they're looking for someone else, they don't see the value in us, right? That's true. They don't. They've got so accustomed, shall I say, that they've begun to look down at the supply and look down at the love we give them, right? But when you go, only you know what you've done for the narcissist. If you know you loved, and I don't want you to doubt yourself now, because there's numerous things where I went through the process of feeling guilty for things I'd done. That's another aspect of detaching, just before I go on, right? You go through the guilt process. I went through tremendous guilt of things that I'd done wrong. But they was all illusionary based. I didn't actually do anything wrong, you know? A lot of what I went through was reactive abuse. So it was my reaction was always penalized, whereas I was being abused. So that's why I was going through this reaction. But only you know how much you loved. If you didn't wholeheartedly love this person, if you didn't truly care about this person, then it's highly likely that you will just drift away. But if you know you gave the love purely from your heart, and don't doubt yourself now, you were truly in love with this person, you had the best interest for this person, and you done everything in form of supply, right? You didn't cheat on this person, you were loyal to this person. It's very rare to have someone who has this skill set, who has this way to operate through life. You know, so many people cheat. It's more normal for a cheating relationship than a normal relationship. It's more normal for divorce than, you know, this is what this world's like now. But if you know you ultimately stuck to your intentions, you had clean intentions, you didn't want to go, you know, or even if you had times when you felt like you wanted to go, but you remained with them, you know, this is out of pure love. You've done this. And I'm telling you, they go off with these other people and they will re-idolize you and they will miss what they've grown accustomed to, the supply they've grown accustomed to. They will miss this tremendously. And it will never put you on better terms. So I'm never asking you to accept the narcissist back after this, because letting them go is letting them go for good. The relationship's over. It's done. There's no future with them. You know? And it was very hard for me to go through the process. You know? No communication. Just total detachment. When I saw them lie in court, I didn't even look at them. Right? I didn't even look at them in court. Didn't even look at them. I was detaching. I saw someone lie. I saw someone actually smear me so badly and put me through nearly prison that they showed an evil that I worked out their whole past and their whole story of what they're about. They've done it numerous times to other men and put them in jail. And fortunately, by the grace of God, I didn't go to jail. But I went through a huge smear campaign. And what I'm saying is, this narcissist re-idolizes me now. And this is why I'm saying to you, the narcissist will re-idolize you now. When you go and they're with someone else, they're comparing them to you. And as much, what I'm saying is they've grown accustomed to your supply. This is what the whole thing is. This is why you lot fall into the problem of comparing yourselves or looking at their looks or looking at this or looking at that. And you're not actually seeing that someone had a bond with you, an obsession with you for a period of time, and they grew accustomed to the way that you treated them and the way that your relationship progressed, right? They're used to that. So they're set in their ways. So they bring these good traits of yours to the new relationship, not from themselves, but expecting it from the new person. Because they've been built up that way to expect to receive that. So when they don't receive it from the new supply, they feel lack. They're used to the way that we operated. This is why I'm saying, even if you've been in a relationship with them for 4 or 5 years, 3 years, however long you was in a relationship with them for a period of time, even if they go with someone else for a longer period of time, the impact you made during the time you was with them is a bigger impact than they feel impacted in their longer relationship. So that's why time's not a factor, realistically. Time's not a factor. They may feel as time goes on, they may look at the new relationship and say, oh, I've been with this person for this many years, and on the surface it's like that. But you know the impact you had on them when you was with them. You know the impact that, you know your standards and your morals. All of this stuff, they ain't getting with other people. They ain't getting now as time's progressed, even in the social media age. They're getting cyber cheating, right? Cyber cheating. They're getting people looking at pornography. They're getting people doing all of these things, right? They're with people who don't love purely. We gassed them up so much. We made them think that they can progress after us, and they can't, because they run into toxicity. Karma catches up to them. They run into bad people. They don't realize what our value is when they're with us till they lose us. Now, when they lose us, after a little while, I've heard of as soon as a month. Mine was a bit longer, but you experience hoovers. I've heard quicker than months. Days even. What do I mean? Days after they're hoovering. Right? And I went through the days after hoovering, but I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissist. You guys do. So when you're seeing their message, you need to cut them. Go on. Cut them off. It's the only way they'll ever know your worth is by them losing you. And that's actually, you know, a skill for life, really. We get so used to things in our life. Off the topic now, we get used to things in our life, you know, our parents or our guardians or adoptive parents or whoever. We get accustomed to brothers and sisters and cousins, or we get accustomed to friends, and sometimes life takes these people away from us in the form of death. And even then, when we get used to someone, you see, we were so used to someone, we didn't appreciate their value till after we lost them. I know that's talking on a tragic sense, but if you detach from the narcissist so coldly, so calculatedly, fully detached from the narcissist, then it's like a death. This ending of the relationship needs to be like a death. Do you understand? There's nothing left now. Then you'll get them creeping on your social media. Then you'll get them, you know, they'll be doing all of these things to try and keep a connection. Like the narcissist is doing with me now with Instagram or emails. Sending emails, pretending to be people. these weird accounts with no posts, requesting to be on my social media, on the Instagram. I don't use this stuff like other people use it. I literally just open Instagram to post videos. I thought post videos, but you can't really post videos on there. So I thought, okay, maybe if they want to book a session or something. So that's the only reason why I opened the Instagram. But literally, that's like an alleyway in, a pathway in to the narcissist. They want to keep your name alive, right? And they do keep your name alive. They do keep your name alive. They keep your name alive in their conversations with their flying monkeys. They keep your name alive because it's like them experiencing a death if you fully detach from the narcissist. Block, delete, get rid of. It's like they have to mourn losing a person. It's like they have to mourn losing you, right? That's what it becomes like for them. That's what it was like for me initially, you know, having to lose a person, to go through the emotions. But I had the enforcement of the bad treatment that I received. That's the deciding factor. We've got a heap load of reasons why we should no longer love this person, care about this person, want a future with this person, because they've treated us bad in several ways, in numerous ways, in a myriad of ways. They've treated us bad. They've done us dirty. They've cheated, they've lied, they've manipulated, they've stolen, they've gaslit, they've done all of these things. So they smeared your name. So the only way is to go cold and detach and lose a person for good. They're gone. Some of us still hold on to the idealization of a future with them. Some of us still desire to be with them. You know? My ultimate rule was, seeing that she was with someone else, I'm never going to let that back into my life. Ever going to let that back into my life. It doesn't matter. She's been with someone else. So because she's been with someone else, I will never let that person back into my life. It's dead. You know? It's dead. But that's just the way it is. I would never let it back. There's absolutely no way. You know, sometimes how you get your closure with these people is going supernova. You know, how you get your closure with these people is actually telling them about themselves. Is telling them, in the times that she has tried to hoover, I've told them about themselves. In the email I sent, the final email I sent to her, that was a very cryptically done email. Not cryptic, but like I was calling her out, but in a polite way. There was no form of threat. There was no form of malice. There was no form of hatred. There was none of that, because I was doing it from a pure standpoint, right? So it's what I'm saying. This is why even the police looked through the email, and there was no threat. There was no attack. So the only thing she could get me done with was non-violent harassment, because I contacted her on several occasions after she said, don't contact me. That's how they got me, right? But it was non-violent harassment via an email, right? They even had to lie in the court and say that I phoned them. When the police had my phone, the mum was lying, had a statement saying that but they didn't bring it into the court because they asked me beforehand. They had to try and lie. They were adding on all these additional stories and hearsay. The email called her out about her lying, called her out about her stuff, told her about her stuff that she'd done throughout the whole thing, and I know she read it, right? it gave me a bit of closure when you tell them about themselves and you turn dark, in a way, you know. I'm not saying completely dark like you're trying to kill them, but you can attack things from a standpoint of you're this, you're that, you've done this, whatever, you know. That's what you can do. And after the hoovers, I've had my closure in telling them about themselves in a more negative way, you know. Gives you your closure when you turn dark on them and turn cold on them. So just remember, these lot will re-idolize you. They will keep trying to get into your life somehow. Like I'm experiencing after 6 years apart. I'm still experiencing them trying to manipulate, them trying to be involved in my life from a distance. They're doing this through social media, through YouTube. So I've seen it. And I'm telling you, some of you have left it. It's only been a short time for you. It's only a matter of weeks or days. Let it go on years and you'll see them suffer. You'll see them suffer your loss. You'll see them mourn your loss. They may sleep with other people and do all of that, but once you detach from saying, I don't care about that person, I don't want a romantic relationship with that person, they can go and sleep with 100 people. I'm not fazed. You know, I'm not bothered. They lost the best supply they ever had with you. And and only you know what you've done for them. So if you know you gave your all, believe me, you're a grade A supply, you're a potent supply. And they ain't finding that out there. It's rare to find someone who's trusting, loving, loyal, kind, all of that. It's very rare. So you know what you've done. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got a secondary channel, a spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.